Well, joining us now is Uri Fink, cartoonist and editor for the Sabra magazine, joining us from Ramat Sharon. And Uri, I think a lot of people don't know there was an Israeli superhero. Tell us about the creation of Sabra Man way back, I guess, in the 70s.
Hi, Caleb. Well, Sabra Man was created by me and David Herman in 1978. I was a young cartoonist, and he was a publisher, and we both created the character together, and we published this, issue. It lasted for about 5 issues, and it was the same as Sabra. He is also a super agent of the government. You see, this I did it when I was like 13 or 15. And later on, I also did some stories about him in my Sabra magazine. But the thing is, I don't claim he's a ripoff. I mean, I'm sure that the name Sabra was inspired by Sabra Man, because when we did that issue all those years ago, it was done in English and in Hebrew. The whole point was to appeal also to the Jewish communities in America, and back in the 80s, most of Marvel Comics were Jewish people, so I can't imagine that none of them heard about. Well, there was a big fuss about it back then. I mean, I was a wunderkind. It was in People magazine all over the place.
I do remember, Uri. Now, comic book fans, and I'm one, know, of course, the famous story that DC Comics sued the creators of the original Captain Marvel, and eventually won that case, saying he was a ripoff of Superman. That's why Shazam, the character called Shazam today, was what's called Captain Marvel. So are you going to, what about suing Marvel now that they're actually making a film about it?
That's the whole thing. I mean, you never know how you're going to end up after a trial, because today, this trial, I don't think they will win. I mean, today, to say that Captain Marvel is a ripoff of Superman is ridiculous, because he has different powers, different origin, everything is different. I mean, the fact that they won this case, I think maybe the judge had no idea about comics. So there's no chance for me. I mean, I don't think I even have a case, because the whole thing, they just used the same name, Sabra. The character is different.
Well, the costumes do look similar. But Uri, isn't it true that a lot
Black and white, blue and white, it's the Israeli flag, you know?
That's true. A lot of comic book characters are basically either copies, ripoffs, Aquaman and Submariner. I could go on and on.
Exactly. They rip off all the time. And the only guys who can really sue are Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, the guys who created Superman all those years ago. And they died penniless because they had some bad contracts, you know. Okay. So you never know. The legal system and the creative world, they don't work together so good all the time.
Uri, let me ask you, because as a creator of Sabra Man, of course, we live in a time when culture has become very politicized, and the introduction, Marvel's, and even though this character, Sabra's been around for years, the fact that now Shira Haas is going to play her in a movie has generated a lot of comment in the social media sphere, on Twitterverse, a lot of it negative, a lot of it some anti-Semitic. I'll read one. Here's one tweet. Israel's Marvel superhero Sabra has many powers, including demolishing Palestinian homes with her mind and assassinating Palestinian children with her laser beam eyes. I wonder how much the danger of that, and maybe when you were creating Sabra Man too, you were questioned, and maybe that's why so few have created an Israeli superhero, because of blowback that could be expected like that.
Yes, over the years I've attempted several times to make an Israeli superhero, and all the time politics keeps getting in the way, but I sometimes use it to make good stories. I mean, that's the thing, is you have to manage to make a good story, but still deal with political issues. And you can't avoid it, really, because, you know, there's this character has a flag on him, and so it's inevitable. But I think that the point is that today, Marvel Comics and Disney are very progressive. So I would keep an eye out to see how exactly Sabra is portrayed in these movies, because I don't know. I hope it'll be okay. I mean, I hope it seems that she's like in the movie she'll be like a version of the Black Widow. There's a doubt even if she'll have any superpowers. But you're right. I also heard the most ridiculous comment I've seen on social media, that people say that it's insensitive that we call her Sabra because of the Sabra and Shatila massacre. You know, that's they think it was a reference to that. And people in the social media, I don't think we can expect any their comments to have any effect on the on anything.
Right. Of course, Sabra reference to the local cactus fruit, tough on the outside, prickly, soft on the and sweet on the inside.
Exactly.
And that's become a symbol of Israel. Well, it is. It's we don't have time to go, but it's interesting. It'll be in a film called Captain America: New World Order. So this could be very interesting. But Uri Fink, creator of Sabra Man, and maybe he'll get his own movie. Maybe it's time to revive Sabra Man. Uri Fink, I hope you don't get sued by Marvel.
I'm with you there.
Thank you for joining us, Uri.
Thank you very much.